Hello everyone, I am Erika of BEADIngschool.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone, my weekly open beading workshop to make sure that every beader all around the world has company. Please let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. Nicoline is here. Welcome, Nicoline. I hope you are doing okay. Can you hear me? Can you see me? You can watch this video in real time from the Beading School Facebook club and also from the Beading School page. And later I will also upload it to our YouTube channel to make sure that you can watch it again if you would like to. And Nicoline says that she's doing fine and she can see me and hear me, so I'm happy. And Erika is here, and Ginny is here, and Sarah is here, and 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐒𝐄 is here. Wonderful to see you, ladies. Annette joined us also. Nice. Sherry is here, Irina, Anita. Great. Today we are going to work on the SWANEE design. It's originally a little pair of earrings, but it has lots of potential. I think the proof of it that there are really many ways to go with it is that a few days ago, when my beading board was full of SWANEE elements and I was about to join them into a bigger motif, there is a bigger motif too, then Adam came to check, like he wanted to see what I'm working on, and immediately he started to come up with his ideas. So even Adam is inspired. So I hope that you will be inspired too, and you will enjoy beading it a lot. As I said, I actually beaded more than one version. So I will already show you my hand camera. And this is how the earring looks like. I will complete my pair today together with you. So this is the little motif, then an ear stud, and a hanging part. This is what we are going to work on. But I had an idea to bead a bigger version out of 4 motifs and then join them and add some extras. So as you can see, you can go big even with a small component like this. And I would really like to say a big thank you and tell you that how much do I appreciate your support to Beading School, and especially to No One Has to Bead Alone. I would like to thank you for all the shares on social media all the time when you are telling your beading friends about No One Has to Bead Alone, and also, of course, to thank you for your orders through beadingschool.com. And to show you my appreciation, actually, if you go today or during the weekend for the support version of the PDF file that can help you to bead this with me, so you have more help, not only the video, but also a printable PDF file, then the support version includes the complete directions, including the pendant. And it means that you can learn from it that how to bead the pendant in one go instead of starting and finishing a new thread for each motif that's included. Also the connections, of course, and also adding the rhinestone in the middle. So thank you so much, ladies, and I can't wait to see your version. Connie is here too, and Cheryl, and Antoinette, and Yosin, and I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I hope Yosin? Is it okay? And Katja is here, and Eleanor, and Kara, Jennifer, Kata is here, Margaret, Cindy, And Cheryl says, I just couldn't resist the tutorial when I saw it. Both the earring and pendant are gorgeous. Thank you so much, Cheryl. I hope that you will have lots of fun with it. And Niti is here. Yes, I actually had a little chat about versions of this with Niti. Yes, we had a little coffee yesterday, while Niti was enjoying a Swedish cinnamon bun in one of our new neighborhood cafes. And Britt-Marie and Maria and Claire and Faye and Miriam. Oh, okay, I did right. I'm glad. Christine, Betty, Aniko, Marta, Gemma. Oh, wonderful ladies. Thank you so much for joining today. And Deb. So, and Georgie. So, as always, you can download the tutorial from no-one-has-to-bead-alone.com. It's waiting for you there. The free version will be available for 3 days, including today. So make sure to download and save it to your computer until then. And yeah, the pendant is also online. Niti says, oh no, my husband didn't know about the cinnamon bun. Now he does. Hi, Martin. Sorry, Niti. Oh. And before we would start, then I would just like to tell you that I used already one of our new glass drops in metal setting for this pendant, which fits very well, I think, with the Art Deco theme. I created this this earring and this pendant for the Art Deco theme boxes of the Beadingschool Academy. And if you would like to bead some more Art Deco designs in the future, then recently we just added lots and lots of new possibilities also, besides those that were included in your theme boxes. So this is one of them that we uploaded today, a fan-shaped drop. It's available in multiple colors. Actually, in the past, I used it for the Petronella design. I just wanted to show you a different example too, because it has a little bit of an unusual shape. So I wanted to show you some examples that how you can match it to your jewels. This is the light topaz, light yellow version. So, and yeah, before we start beading, just one more important announcement. The next signature jewel to enjoy with your Beadingschool Academy theme boxes is online now. It's named Lempicka, after an Art Deco painter, Tamara de Lempicka. So if you are a fusion member of the Beadingschool Academy, then you can download it already from the virtual classroom or through the bead shop. Just make sure to log in to make sure that the price gets reduced to 0. So this is what you can bead the next one. And if you are into glass drops and crystal connectors recently, then make sure to check out our glass drop and crystal connector boxes. They are available for a special price until next Tuesday's Coffee Time with Erika, and also including a gift of 5 pairs of glass pendants. And even after you check out, if you decide to go for the bundle box, then automatically after checking out, a special discount will be activated for you, 20% off the price of all additional crystal connectors and glass drops that you might want to top up your box with. And Let's see. Oh, Kara says that she had a big spill. Oh my god, I hope that you can clean it up soon. It's so nerve-wracking. Sherry likes the drop with the motif. Niti is here too, and Jana is here, and Lutka, Facebook user friend, Bernadette, Mehtab, Shirley, and Beth is here, and Liv, Swedish beading friends, by the way. If you are at the a big beaders meeting in Uppsala, then please give each other big hugs in my name and have lots and lots of fun during the special meeting. And let's get started. This is what we are going to work on, including the square stitch bezel. It's available, the tutorial is available for quite some time now on the Beadingschool blog, but we also added it to the Bead Shop as a free tutorial that you can download to make sure that you can save it, you can print it. And usually when we have a bezel to start with, then I ask you to prepare the bezel in advance to not lose time during the class. But today I would like to walk you through the square stitch bezel with a CHATON and share with you all my little tricks that I have learned during the past month since I am beading square stitch bezels. And what do you need for this motif? You will need an 8mm cabochon to the middle. I've beaded it with a PRECIOSA pure chaton in the color cyan, so it's a nice dark red. And as you can see, it's a pure chaton, so the light is shining through. It does not have a foil on the back. But you can bead today also by using a RIVOLI or even a _𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐒𝐿 cabochon. When we are working with the square stitch bezels, then you can change to whichever cabochon do you like more or have at home at the moment. Chatons, RIVOLIs, _𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐒𝐿 cabochons work well, all of them. You will also need some MIYUKI DELICA size 11s. I used one color only. There is the bezel and then some additional DELICA beads, so you could even go for 2 colors if you would like to. You will also need some size 15 round MIYUKI seed beads. For that I used 2 colors. One color is around the cabochon included in the bezel, and there are a few more pieces in an accenting color around the bezel. You will also need some 3mm round pearls. Those are the white ones on the sides of the bezel. And then something of the size of 4mm. I used PRECIOSA BICONE beads, but you can actually also use, instead of the BICONE beads, you can also use fire polished beads if you would like to. Then, depending on the shape, style, of your jewel that you would like to make the motif into. You will also need, of course, metal findings to finish it. An ear stud or a pendant holder or a clasp if you would like to bead a full bracelet, because that's also possible. And you can also hang something at the bottom. I will tomorrow morning publish still a new tutorial on the blog, on the Beadingschool blog, which will show you how to connect the glass drops to your motifs, both types, with the loop from the front to back and with the loop from side to side too, so you can go back to it anytime that you need the tricks. And let me know if you have any questions about the material and about the project, about preparations, about the file. If you have any other questions than the SWANEE motif at the moment, then I would like to ask you to ask them at the end. So now let's focus on this motif. And then at the end, I will answer all your questions that concern something else than today's motif. In the meanwhile, I see our 2 Teresa's joining, a beading friend from Oregon, Margaret Susan is here. Ula is here. Ula is making a traveler. Nice. Claire. Okay, Sarah had a little problem with the square stitch bezel in the past. Then I hope that I can clear up everything today. And Anna and Malka and Terry and Nancy are here too. So if you don't have any more questions, I forgot to say actually during the naming the material that you need, listing the material now, you also need 6mm MIYUKI slender bugle beads, 4 pieces for each motif. So if there are no questions, then let's get started. And let's get started with the square stitch bezel. So instead, like usually we bezel, when we work with seed beads, then we bezel cabochons with peyote. Or that was my case during the past 15 years since I started to bead. I always went for peyote when I was working with seed beads in a bezel. And recently I started to work with this square stitch bezel. And while peyote creates a zigzagged line, then the square stitch bezel creates straight, smooth lines of seed beads around the cabochon. Both of them are great. Both of them, I can't say that which one is better or which one is nicer to bead. Both of them are great, but sometimes you need a calming effect, for example, in a jewel where already there are lots of different details. It's quite a busy jewel. Then it is actually an easy trick to add a square stitched bezel into your jewel. You can add it into bracelets as a connector. You can add it to pendants, above the pendant, and then join it into a chain. You can add it even below a beaded motif to make it longer in an earring, in a pendant. So it comes really, really handy and can balance out a busy jewel very well. Niti called it actually in a comment on the blog post where I first published this, calming a little pool of calmness. So that's the feeling what I have when I look at a square stitch bezel, and that's how you can balance out the jewel. So let's get started with our smooth lines. Oh, Betty says she loves the glasses. I'm so happy, Betty, and we love having you here. Ula says the square stitch bezels are awesome. I think so too. And and a beading friend says, should invite Edgar Lopez as a guest speaker. He always uses square stitch in his work. And that's a great idea. I love Edgar's work, actually. And it would be an honor and pleasure to have him as a guest either during a class or in a face-to-face interview. So to create a square stitch bezel, what's nice to know that you don't need to remember a different number of the starting row. For an 8mm chaton or a RIVOLI, for an 8mm cabochon, you need 22 beads in your starting circle, just as when creating a peyote bezel. So let's start by picking up 22 pieces of MIYUKI DELICA size 11 seed beads. So I want to make sure I count right. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And to make, it's actually easy to make a square stitch bezel, but there are some tricks which really make a difference how you can make a nice square stitch bezel. So while with peyote, at this moment, I would tell you to just bead through maybe the first 3 beads to join them into a circle. Then this time, I really recommend to bead through all of the beads that you have picked up. So at this point, I don't just drop my beads yet. I like to keep them in a straight line like this between my index finger and middle finger, so then I can easily and quickly bead through all of them one more time. And the trick, what's really important with a square stitch bezel is that we want to create straight lines. The beads should not be too close to each other, so thread tension needs to be just lagom, as my Swedish friends would say, just right, not too much, not too little, so we don't create the smooth lines by pulling or thread too much. I will bead through the very first MIYUKI DELICA one more time, because I find that I can keep good thread tension, or I can control my thread tension better if my tail, the tail of the thread is exiting the same bead as my working end starts with. So just for comparison, this would be too much tension. You can see that, yeah, the beads are nice and close next to each other. However, the line is not smooth. So what I do, what I want to achieve, that I keep this circle of beads between my thumb and between my index finger, and I just push it a tiny, tiny bit until I see that the line is so nice and smooth, exactly as I want it to be. And I keep this first circle this way between the 2 fingers as long as possible until I am all the time until I am adding the circle of round 15 seed beads, and I don't let it go, because then there would be a risk that I pull it too much. So I am exiting a MIYUKI DELICA, and in step 2 you can see that what you need to do is you pick up a round 15 seed bead, you bead through the same MIYUKI DELICA that you are exiting, and then you bead through the next one too. And that's why we call it square stitch, because the thread is creating actually a little square through the DELICA and through the round 15. So when I pull my thread, again, I don't pull it too much, then the whole of the round 15 should be parallel with the whole of the MIYUKI DELICA that it is attached to. And then we do the same over and over again, all around the circle, exiting a MIYUKI DELICA, picking up around 15, beading through the same DELICA one more time, and through the next one too. For Cheryl, she says it will be her first square stitch bezel. I hope that you will like it a lot, Cheryl. I think it's a lot of fun. And all of you ladies, if you would like to bead actually a bigger motif that is built around a square stitch bezel, then make sure to check out our free tutorials at beadingschool.com. And in the designer zone, Zuzi has a very beautiful motif waiting for you. It's a free tutorial. I think it's also available on the blog. It's called Dahlia. It uses gem duos and vibe duos, and the middle of it is a chaton bezeled with square stitch. And hi, Sen. And let me know, ladies, if you have any questions about the square stitch bezel. Sarah already finished her first square stitch bezel as I am talking now. I talk a lot, but I hope to give you all the tiny details that I have noticed. Sorry, I will adjust my thread. So I want to tell you all the tiny details that I have noticed. So you have as much, you get as much from today's class as possible. Cheryl says, so far so good with her first square stitch bezel. By the way, I would not recommend tying a knot for this bezel. I also don't recommend tying a knot when beading a peyote bezel. Cynthia says, I'm a little late. I was shopping. That's a good enough excuse, dear Cynthia. Thank you so much. So I'm nearly finishing. By the way, while for an 8mm cabochon bezeled with peyote, I would need 22 plus 11 MIYUKI DELICA beads for the third row. So altogether 33. And for the bezel of an 8mm cabochon with square stitch, we need only 22, as there is only one row of MIYUKI DELICA in the square stitch bezel. So that's a little difference. Less beads, more bezels. Oh, and Cynthia says, I'm so happy you are doing the square stitch bezel, Erika. I feel like you are doing this one just for me. Thank you. I'm really happy, Cynthia, that it helps you and everyone who wanted to see it during a live video. So now we started by publishing it. I started by publishing it on the blog, but now it's also available as a PDF. You will have a live video where you can now ask all your questions, and then afterwards, after our special week next week, as something special is coming next week, we will also hopefully have enough time to record a video when it's just the bezeling and not so much talking from me. So I added MIYUKI round 15 seed beads all around the bezel. So now there are 22 MIYUKI DELICAs, 22 round 15s. And I like to go through one more DELICA bead, and I don't turn right away after adding the last MIYUKI round 15. And I will now connect all the round 15 seed beads to each other by beading through them. And to make them nice and smooth, to make this line nice and smooth, the trick is, again, not to pull them together too much, but to fill up the holes with enough thread to prevent the beads from wiggling all around. So again, I recommend beading all around, not once, but twice or maybe even 3 times. And that will do the trick to make it nice. And Cheryl's asking, can we have a hint of the big thing that's coming next week? So, I hope that you can guess that what is coming. Someone was actually mentioning it this week in the club. And it is a kind of a celebration, a kind of an anniversary. Can someone guess that what it is? Honey is asking, is this also possible with the bigger Rivoli? That's actually something that I would love to try, Honey. And I hope, or I would love to hear from your experiences if you decide to go for it. This is how it looks like at the moment after circling once, but I want to repeat the thread path at least one more time. So I think it should be okay with bigger cabochons too. But of course, before I would say, yes, it's definitely working, we need to see the result. And so far, somehow, lately I was always working with 8mm cabochons. Maybe because, probably because the pure chatons arrived and the nacre cabochons arrived, and I love them. So, and they are available in the 8mm size. So lately, most of the designs which were born were centered around 8mm cabochons. Okay. Our friend says that Edgar uses also bigger stones. That's great to know. That's great to know. Then it should work. Honey is asking, the reveal of the new box? Not yet, dear Honey. There are still some designs coming that you can bead from the Art Deco box. Actually, our friend Alessia of Beautiful Nights, she just published a beautiful earring today on her YouTube channel. So I really recommend to check it out. So still more Art Deco is coming. It's not a new box yet. And no more fuchsia boxes. I promised this week to Tanya that we will not have any more fuchsia boxes this month. Lotka says that she actually square stitch bezeled a 12mm cushion cut cabochon, and it works well. Thank you so much for sharing this info, Lotka. And Ginny says 2 years. 2 years of what? Can you specify? And it's not a 2-year anniversary. Anna has an idea. Anniversary of No One Has to Be Alone. No, it was actually a little bit earlier when we started. You can always remember it from when the first lockdown hit. That was when No One Has to Be Alone started 2 years ago. Connie says, my box is almost empty. I will make Alicia's earrings. Then I'm super happy, Connie, that you beaded a lot already from the Art Deco box, and for the future you will have even more possibilities to explore the theme more if you would like to. And Gunnar says, Beading School anniversary. And indeed, oh, Sherry also got it. Indeed. This time of the year, exactly a year ago, we announced the change to Beading School, and we showed you the new pretty website. So it will be the first birthday of Beading School. So celebrations will last for a full week, and they are starting on Tuesday during Coffee Time with Erika, of course. So now that I have the first row, one row of around 15 MIYUKI seed beads, then I will do the same on the other side of the bezel. And again, I will compare it to peyote bezels. For me, most of the time when I'm doing a peyote bezel, then it works best if I first finish the front side of the cabochon and then I close the back as second. But I found that when I am doing a square stitch bezel with like this, then it works best for me if first I do the back and then I do the front. And it's not holding yet, but I can put here my CHATON already. This is how it looks like. So you can see that the delicas are running all around the edge of the CHATON. And I will create the front side of the bezel in the same way as before. So you just need to do the same. I bead it back to a MIYUKI DELICA. I pick up around 15, I bead through the same MIYUKI DELICA and also through the first one after my original exit point. And indeed, 1 year already for beading school. So many things happened during that 1 year that sometimes it's unbelievable for me that it was only 1 year. And while everyone is hopefully already thinking about champagne and celebrations and maybe a birthday cake, then please let me know if you have any questions about the square stitch bezel, and let me know please that how is it going on your side. And if you are having fun so far with your square stitch bezel, if you find it easy, I would like to hear it all about your experience. San says, bless beautiful night for letting me know you and your site. I'm very grateful to Alessia, and she's a great designer, and I love how what she's creating. Also now from the Art Deco box, she made a beautiful earring. So I am very happy that we found each other and she started to work with the boxes. Okay, Terry says that it's going great for her. Cynthia is okay. Okay, Honey is okay. Antoinette. Oh, Sarah is breaking beads on needle. That's not fun indeed. I'm so sorry. Cindy says she's in love with square stitch bezels. Nicoline is cleaning her stash, not beading. Nancy says the square stitch bezel is easy and consistent. I'm really happy that you like it. It's a good one. And Chris joined us also. Welcome, Chris. Adding my beads. By the way, I don't know if you have seen Zuzi's little post about square stitched nacre cabochons, but what she did recently, what I really liked, sorry, that was they were not square stitched, they were only simple nacre cabochons. glued on an ear stud. So, sorry, it's not on topic. First, I thought that she glued on the ear studs on the nacre caps when they are square stitched, but no. Yosin says this is her second time with a square stitch bezel. So far, so good. Good for Cheryl, it's a success. Congrats. Faye says the stitch is the perfect excuse to buy a nacre cap box or pure cap box. That is so true. There are so many possibilities with this to use up the contents of those boxes. Sherry says this was a hard one for me, but I have done 3 or 4 now and it goes really easy now. I'm really happy to hear that, Sherry. Margaret says that there is something with the voice. Unfortunately, it might be something with the connection. I tried to quickly switch. I forgot to switch off my Wi-Fi and go on the cable even if the cable is plugged in, so I hope that it will get better now. So this is how it looks like after adding that front row of round 15 seed beads. I will now insert my chaton. I would do the same with the other kinds of the cabochons, 8mm cabochons too. And same as on the back, I will connect the round 15s to each other by beading through all of them at least 2 times. And all the time I'm holding down the chaton with my thumb to make sure that I know how much to already. I'm checking it from time to time that, okay, I pull it this much, this is how the beads look like. So this is the time when I can really adjust that. How does that front line of round 15 look like? Betty loves it. So I finished my first circle. Also, I want to make sure that the chaton is exactly centered. So I'm always checking that all the time until I can still adjust it a bit. So first circle is ready. Going for the second circle now. And Neeti is here too. Okay, I have it. This is how it looks like. And I can continue with the decoration. Sam will also try it. And for Cynthia, it also makes more sense now. I'm really, really happy that this helped today, ladies. So now, if we are good with the square stitch bezel, then I will bring on the instructions for the motif itself. So we can decorate it further. You can decorate it in many different ways. This is just one of the possibilities. And to start decorating, I bead through one of the MIYUKI DELICA seed beads. That's the middle row. I will show it also from the side that this bezel It consists of 3 rows only. One in the middle is from the MIYUKI DELICA 11th, and then one in the front and one on the back from the round 15th. In case that I am using a nacre cabochon, then I cover it more from the back to make sure that it does not slip out. And that additional row is made also with square stitch. You can find it in the blog post. You can find it also in the tutorial that you can download from the bead shop too, of course. This is, by the way, my Ginevra with the nacre cabochon, but Zuzi showed you an example today what she beaded with the chaton in the middle, so they are in these cases completely interchangeable. What's beaded with the nacre cabochon can be beaded with the chaton and vice versa. So, exiting a DELICA, I pick up, oh sorry, this is step 7 already. Let's start with 1. So in the first step of the motif, after I finished, in the second actually, after the first step is to square stitch the chaton. In the second step, I attach 2 MIYUKI DELICAs, 2 new MIYUKI DELICAs, again with square stitches. So I'm exiting a DELICA, picked up a new DELICA, and I bead through that DELICA in the bezel one more time. I repeat the thread pass to make the connection secure, and then I bead through 6 DELICAs in the bezel. There will be 5 in between the 2 DELICAs that I am attaching, so that 6th one will hold a new DELICA also attached with 2 tiny square stitches. Second one attached 2, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 MIYUKI DELICAs in between. And Deb says she's out of her comfort zone with the colors. In the meanwhile, let me know what kind of colors are you using. I'm curious. Oh, thanks, Shirley. And Faye says, Faye has a tip for us all. She says, I use the back row on the chaton as well. Makes it super secure. Indeed, it is optional, but if you want to leave more of the backside also, so it lets more light through, then you can skip that extra row, but it's up to you. So I start step 3 by beading through the second MIYUKI bead that I have just attached, and I forgot to put here the bugle beads. Luckily I have them on hand. So I'm exiting the second MIYUKI DELICA that I have added, and my thread is hanging towards the first one instead of hanging towards this bigger part of the bezel. I pick up 2 bugle beads. Make sure that the bugle beads are not chipped even a little bit, because then they can be sharp and cut your thread, even if you are using FIRELINE like me. I find that the slender bugles are a lot less sharp than the traditional ones, but still, just to make sure. In this case, between the 2 bugles, there is a lot of pressure on the thread, so check them well to make sure that your jewel will have a long, nice life. And then after picking up the 2 bugle beads, I bead through the first DELICA that I have attached with square stitch, and then I bead through the DELICAs in the bezel to the second one. And Antoinette uses lights of fire with iris bronze, and that sounds super pretty. Debbie uses browns, tans, and golds with a touch of silver. And Margaret has a question. What is the difference between slender and normal bugle beads? The slender bugle beads are a little bit thinner, so in my opinion, they look more elegant. And yeah, I'm not sure, like, it's not an objective measurement. My feeling is that they are less sharp. But for me, the difference is that the main difference is what matters to me, that they are thinner, so they look better. And now, in step 4, I bead through the DELICA and the bugle, and I add a DELICA bead in between the two bugles. So I continue with through the second bugle and the DELICA. And this time, I'm not beading all the way to that second DELICA, but I am going to attach the BICONE in the middle. I'm starting out from the DELICA in the bezel that holds the additional DELICA, and I bead through 3 more, so altogether 4 DELICA beads, and I am exiting now the DELICA that is exactly in the middle of this group of 5, which are between the 2 attachment points. And now I pick up a 4mm PRECIOSA BICONE. Mine is Crystal 2xAB from the Art Deco box. I'm using the exact colors. But as I said at the beginning, this is the point where you can also use a 4mm fire polished bead. It will result in a different look, but it will fit. So to attach it, I bead through the DELICA in between the 2 bugles, and then I bead back through the BICONE, and afterward I start beading through the MIYUKI DELICAs in the bezel itself. So I bead through the DELICA that I used for attaching the BICONE. I bead through the 2 which are without any additional beads, and I bead through the one that is holding the DELICA too. And then I will recreate the same V-shape with the BICONE, a V-shape from the bugles plus the BICONE on the opposite side. And to do that, I bead through 5 DELICAs. There will be 4 that are without decoration, and then 1 more which will hold the first additional DELICA bead. And then I do the same. I attach a DELICA to this DELICA in the bezel with 2 tiny square stitches. And then I bead through 7 DELICAs in the bezel, starting from the one holding the new. Then I will have 5 without a decoration for now, and 1 additional. And there I repeat the same, and I add 1 more DELICA. 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 says that she's using blue, green, and a little yellow. Just in time for spring. Spring is so much for me about yellow. Lovelies, do you have any questions so far? How is it going? Do you already have like 5 motifs ready while I am just finishing my first one? Tell me the truth. And now again, I'm doing the same. I'm turning to the opposite direction by beading through that new DELICA, the second one that I have just attached. I select 2 nice and neat MIYUKI slender bugle beads, 6mm size, and then I bead through the first newly attached DELICA. I created this V shape. Now I bead through the delicas in the bezel, finishing in the one that holds the second new delica. I bead through the delica and the bugle, and I add a new delica in between the two. Eleanor, she says she's using black, white, and silver. And no, boring, not boring. It can be very elegant. Faye had such a beautiful pair of Zelda earrings in black and silver and white last week after the No One Has to Be the One class. Even I'm not into black and white, the combination of black and white, but when I saw Faye's earring, I was like, I want one like that. I want one like that. So it can indeed be very pretty. Can't wait to see yours. So now I'm again in the bezel, exiting the delica that is exactly in the middle of the group of 5. I pick up a 4mm bicone, and then I bead through the delica that is in between the 2 bugle beads. I bead back through the bicone, and then we actually have both decorations with the bugles ready. So then again, I start from the delica in the bezel that is under the bicone, and then I'm beading through all of them. And I continue a little bit so I can bead to the one that is in the next decoration, in the first decoration. It does not matter actually that where do I start this. I could start here and just go through this part one more time. I could also just go here and start here with this delica. Just some simple decorations are coming now. So I turn to the opposite direction by beading through the very first MIYUKI delica that I have attached with square stitch, and I will fill the 2 gaps on the 2 sides of the bezel. I pick up a sequence of 5 beads, 3 round 15s. I use a different color for this. It's a very pretty silver one. It's a MIYUKI round seed bead, size 15, with a very popular check coating. So the base is a jet black MIYUKI delica, but then it is covered by the Labrador silver coating from a Czech factory as a result of a cooperation between MIYUKI and our Czech partner. So I love how shiny it is, and it is also durable, which is not always the case with silver beads. So I pick up a sequence of 5 beads, starting with a round 15, using 3 round 15s and 2 3mm round beads interchangeably. And then I bead through delica, bugle, delica, and one more bugle and delica. You can actually adjust this part and go bigger, or for example, you can pick up bigger fire polished beads, and then this sequence will not lay next to the bezel, but it will create a sharper V and a different effect. You can play with it. Here on this side, I repeat the same, and I pick up 3 round 15ths and 2 pieces of 3mm round pearls interchangeably. So this is how it looks like at the moment. And just one tiny thing that I would like to make still in step 8, that I retrace the thread path through the beads on the edge of the motif. However, I will skip the round 15 in the middle. So after beading through the first 3mm round pearl, I'm beading directly into the second 3mm round pearl to pull them closer to each other. And now you can see what's the difference that it makes, this tiny additional step. So here it's more rounded, this is more pointy, and I find that it's neater this way. And I'm doing the same on the other side. So again, bugle DELICA round 15 pearl, but then directly into the pearl instead of the round 15. And I pull it, and I have my motif. So now all what's left is to add the charm at the bottom and to add the ear stud, so then I can wear it. So tomorrow in the morning I will publish, or still today, maybe today in the evening, let's see. I will get a pizza and then let's see how much energy do I have after my pizza. So I will publish another article on the Beading School blog, which walks you through attaching all kinds of metal components to your beadwork. It does not matter if the hole is running side to side or front to back. So that's all what's left, and then I will have my set ready. The big one, it can become a pendant, but I'm thinking actually about a statement brooch to wear it on a nice springtime jacket. So I might sew it on a filigree. Let's see. I'm curious at this moment that what will I do with it. So let me know, ladies, if you have any questions, either about the SWANEE motif or anything else now that comes to your mind. Birthday celebration next Tuesday, coffee time with Erika, prepare champagne. Oh, Cheryl is also sharing some of her experience. Thank you so much. She says, I use 𝐂𝐄, that's a type of thread, and it's getting tough to pass the thread through. That's very good to know, Cheryl. Thank you. Wendy likes classic colors. Kunal is frogging. Sarah is back on track. Antoinette is enjoying this and wishing happy weekend for everyone. So, oh, Cynthia says she loves reading the blog. She says it is interesting and helpful. I'm really happy that you like it, Cynthia. Terry's using peach and bronze. Sherry's thinking about a glass of wine for the celebration. On Tuesday, we will indeed start celebrating, and the celebration will last a whole week. So I'm really looking forward to it. And tomorrow, I am waiting for you in the Beading School Academy lunch break room at the usual time. And our storyteller, 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐄, will join us tomorrow. Oops. So our storyteller 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐒 will join us tomorrow, and she will entertain us with a very fun night full of tales featuring gemstones and jewels. The storytelling night is a gift to all of our fuchsia and turquoise beaders, and I'm really looking forward to it. So tomorrow 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐒, on Tuesday coffee time and birthday celebrations. Beth is asking, will there be new boxes this month? I can't promise anything. There will be no fuchsia boxes this month. Oh, and Faye, it's a very good reminder. Faye is reading 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐒's blog this month on Jewel Tales. 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐒 is doing a challenge on her storytelling blog, and every day in April she's publishing a new story featuring a different gem, going through the ABC. So A with amber or aquamarine. So I highly recommend checking it out. Yosin is biking through Holland next week. Enjoy it very much, 𝐂𝐻𝐈𝐒 fun. So thank you, ladies. Wishing you all a lovely weekend. Make sure to show me your new jewels in the Beading School Club. I can't wait to see them. Have a nice weekend and take care. Bye bye.